the thing.
Yeah, you know now?
Yes.
How it is fine.
Yes, let me get in. You go get over where you want to be.
Yeah, I go to get behind the car.
Okay, go ahead.
But please, hold on as it is.
I got it. Ready?
It's done, it's done. Don't push any button. Don't press it. I'm gonna be in there. First in Spanish. I know that you know very much Spanish.
It's been a long time. I don't get a chance to talk. There's nobody in
So you can
castellano,
practice
nadie
now.
aquí habla castellano.
¿Lo puedes decir en español
Decir,
también?
no,
Bueno.
no, nadie.
As you feeling comfortable.
I
Okay.
comfort más cómodo en inglés.
Okay, in English is the best because I can take the flavor of the English language.
Okay.
So, in the USA. He venido, this is an introduction in Spanish. He venido al centro de visitantes de Hernando de Soto buscando la huella española aquí en los Estados Unidos. Estoy en el sur de la bahía de Tampa, que es donde se identifica el desembarco de Hernando, aquí para comenzar la exploración de la península de Florida. Y me he encontrado con Caroline. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Bien.
Y bueno, hemos cruzado un par de palabras, me ha preguntado de dónde venía, venía de Madrid y bueno, me ha hecho un par de indicaciones que creo que puede ser interesante para mantener una pequeña entrevista con ella. Así que, Caroline, si no te importa, ¿te puedo poner esto aquí?
Sí.
Un momentito. A ver, quizá un poquito ahí, más arriba. Entonces, me parece que el testimonio de Caroline es valioso porque estuvo en España. Have you studied? Let us a little bit know about you. You are coming from where you born?
I'm coming from Chicago. We come down to Florida every year because this is a paradise down here. It's so cold in Chicago, so we come here for the month of April. And I just happened to. This man was all by himself, Enrique, and we started talking. And he's from Madrid, and I was so fortunate when I was in college 50-some years ago that we had the opportunity. New York University offered a program, intercambio, and so I went to the University of Madrid in 1966 for 10 months. I never spoke to my family ni una vez en 10 meses. Now you go everywhere, everyone's got telephones, and it's a whole different world, but it was one of the best years of my life. Madrid is magnifico, Spain, Granada, oh my God, it was wonderful. So now we came back, I got a job with the government. I worked for 35 years, and now I'm retired, and here we are. And I ran into this wonderful man. He wants to know all about this. And so ask me whatever. I don't know what to say.
Yes, sure. So I'm interested on what kind of Spain have you found when you've been there studying the intercambio?
Oh my God.
You've been in Madrid, studying in which university?
Philosophy, Letras at the University of Madrid. I was 19 years old. And I had a course at El Prado. I can't even believe that I studied at the Prado. I mean, it was an opportunity that nobody had, and this was years and years ago. And
so, what was the atmosphere in Madrid at that time? Socially speaking,
well,
what have you seen?
I told him Franco was still in charge then, so they weren't very happy with the Americans because of the war in Vietnam, and they called us imperialistas and all that. So. But that was the government. The people, they were marvelous. We met students from all over. I had friends from the Canary Islands. I met a friend of my mother's. Her son was studying medicine because back then, I don't know why, I guess it was difficult to get into medical school in the United States. So a lot of Americans were over in Madrid studying. And I met a friend. She was Puerto Rican from New York, Lily. And I've never found her. She became a doctor. I don't know if she's in Spain. I've tried to find her. But she introduced me to all the Spaniards. I mean, it was phenomenal. We'd go to tapas. Oh my God, the wine, the food was magnificent, and people in America, they just never talked about going to Spain or Madrid, and I never understood why. They would go to London and Paris and Rome, but never Madrid. So now I tell everybody, now it's becoming more popular. The Iberian Peninsula, Madrid, and Portugal. People are going to Portugal. I tell people all the time, we go to Madrid. I mean, we used to, oh my God, the times we had. And because I met the locals, I was out in the streets at 5 o'clock in the morning. My American friends were all home. They didn't know what to do. But it was wonderful. So that was my experience. They were warm and learning Castellano, because in America, nobody spoke there. My professor was from Argentina. She was from Buenos Aires. She had how did she used to say? Yo me llamo. She would say yo me llamo, and you have to learn that the yo. So and my favorite thing to do was try to guess where people came from by the way they spoke. And I still do that. If we go into a restaurant and there'll be somebody there, I always ask, like you, I said, where are you from? And when he said Madrid, because nobody comes to here from Madrid. Very seldom do you find people from Spain. I don't know why they don't come, but anyhow.
And this one crazy man.
That's crazy man, and this
visiting.
is a perfect place. Wait till you take the walk down there.
Okay.
You see what they have down there.
Yes, sure.
It's amazing. You know,
Hernando Soto is just an excuse to come to the nice Florida, nice weather, and nice people, of course.
Yeah.
So one more question.
Yes.
The Americans you've met in Madrid, other compatriots, what did you have in common? Why do you think you met in Madrid?
You know, back then, I went to a school that had a junior year, a third year in Freiburg, Switzerland. And all my friends back home were French majors. So my junior year, all my best friends were going to Europe. So I went to my major professor, Hermana, I can't think of her name, Sheila, and I said, why can't I go someplace? And so I researched and I said, look, why can't I go to Madrid? She said, because your grades are too bad. So I studied and I studied and I studied, and I didn't find out until May that I was able to go. So I go to my mother and father and said, guess what? I've been accepted at the University of Madrid, and I have to get there by August. They were, they didn't know what to do. They dropped everything, and we got in the car and they drove me and left me at the dock with this huge ship all by myself. I went, and I think back in the 60s, Americans were looking to get to Europe. And so we had friends in Italy, we had friends in England. There were a lot of programs where you could go back and forth between the countries, and that's what I took advantage of. So my roommate was from Ossining, New York, and she'd never been anywhere, and this was an opportunity. So she was African-American. I had never had an African-American roommate.
What do you think, back in the 60s, what was the idea of Spain in the USA in general? I don't know if you had news from Spain, like literature books or documentaries.
Unless you were interested personally, there wasn't a lot of, that I can recall, of course it's a long time ago, that about, Spain and the politics. We didn't really know who Franco was, or you just went. The politics back then were certainly not like the politics now. And so you went with an open heart, and you just wanted to learn as much as you possibly could.
So the reputation of the Americans, it wasn't very good.
Not that it wasn't good. It wasn't.
Until you meet people, obviously, and then in the end, people are very warm, no? In the end, they treat foreigners very welcome, no?
They were wonderful. It was the best year of my life. I mean, Granada, oh my God, you have places there, the beaches, and it's just people now.
Which places in Spain have you visited apart from starting in Madrid?
I landed in Algeciras because the ship stopped in the Straits of Gibraltar, and then Marruecos wasn't doing so well with Spain.
So how was the flight? New York?
No, it was the ship. I took a ship.
You
7 days.
7 days
For
from?
me misma, I took a ship.
Oh my goodness. On the 76 from which port?
No, in 66. I went from New York to, it stopped at the Straits of Gibraltar, and then a boat came from Marruecos to take the people that were going to Marruecos, and then it came from Spain, and it took me to Algeciras, and then I got on what's it called?
But 7 days from New York.
7 days on the ship. And I didn't have a window, nada.
Do you
Ni una
remember,
ve-
ni una ventana?
Ni una
Do
ventana.
you- ¿Te acuerdas del nombre del barco?
SS Independence.
SS
Yes,
Independence,
SS
New York,
New York
Marruecos.
to Marruecos.
And from Marruecos,
Then I got on a train, and I went.
Cross the strait-
I
the
went
strait?
from there to Madrid, and
Okay.
then I took a taxi because I didn't know anybody, and I just went to this apartment at Magallanes.
but you
Tres.
said
remember the
it's
address.
66 or 76?
66. I was graduated. I was working. I graduated in 68. This was my third
Okay.
third year.
66, no 76. Okay, okay.
66. So
66.
Franco was still there.
Hey, he's right. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, he was still
Sorry,
there.
I got wrong the number.
No,
So
no.
this is why I was 66. Franco
I
was there. Yes.
I was there 66.
But
and I
Franco
came-
was getting along with the Americans because of the 3 air bases and the
Oh,
naval.
Torrejon.
Torrejón,
Yep.
Zaragoza,
Yep.
Morón,
I-
and Rota.
Rota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So-
do you think because of that, let's say, alliance or more Americans wanted to come to visit Spain at
I'm-
that time or
I-
not?
It was just the adventure because nobody knew much about Spain. I mean, you heard about Paris and France and,
Yeah,
and Rome,
But
but
not.
nobody ever talked about
Yeah,
Madrid
yeah.
because I love Spanish so much.
You,
That was-
let's say you had no previous idea of Spain
not really.
at all, no?
No,
So
back in
for
the-
you it was an adventure, no?
It was.
I don't know which country I'm coming in, no? And it was a surprise,
It
happy
was-
surprise at
it
the
was
end,
a
no?
very happy surprise.
Oh my goodness.
Very happy surprise. I gained 25 pounds. I got on
You
this.
gained 20, yeah.
The food.
And
you
what
guys.
about the price of the things? Wine or
Una peseta y media
vermouth.
to take the tranvia from my house to school. A peseta and a half.
in the
That
tram?
was it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
take
yeah.
your bottles and you go, you had tinto or blanco, and you take your bota and you'd fill it up for 5 pesetas. That was it.
Yeah, yeah.
It was so reasonable.
And what about the image compared to the USA? Was a little bit of in developed country, you know, what undeveloped?
You know, we
or
were,
people
yes,
were a
it-
little bit humble in terms of economics,
yeah.
or not?
They were, there was nobody
It was a
altisonante. They weren't
contrast.
that
It was
way.
a contrast for you
It
to
wa-
find this,
It
or
was a big contrast. It was a
Yeah.
big contrast, and the people were so friendly and so kind. But they didn't like. Well, I'm not going to even go there. No, they treated me. They treated me with everything. It was wonderful. We met students from all over, and it helped my Spanish. My roommate, unfortunately, she was African American, and that was one thing they didn't accept her. That when I would walk down the street, that was a surprise to me.
really?
Because she's
Yeah.
she's tall. She's 5'8",
Yeah.
big woman. She had, back in the '60s, she had the big afro hair, and we'd walk down, and the little kids would say, "Mama, mira la morena." It's like they'd never seen anybody like her.
Wow.
And the Spanish boys, they would not date her. So what she did was she went to Torrejon on the weekends, and it was all the Americans, and so she would hang out with
It
them.
was-
But her Spanish, when we left, it wasn't so good.
Yeah, yeah.
It was unfortunate. But
I
yeah,
see.
they didn't understand.
Okay.
They just didn't understand. But it's a country, and I tell everybody now go because you're going to be so pleased with what's there, and it's all good.
I think the memories of youthfulness, it was always very well remembered.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where you go, but I think you are a very lucky person, in my opinion, that you encountered Spain for the first time, and it was something like unforgettable for the rest of your life. No, I
Yes.
guess. So yeah, I don't want to take it too much
No,
time.
that's-
You are
that's
resting
enough.
here in
That's
Florida.
enough.
So let's try to come back to the coming day to the today's times. What do you think? How the image of what do you think in general is? I mean, in your opinion, the image of Spain has changed since when you visited there and now. Do
You know, the
think there is
image-
something
Everything has changed.
transformed?
The world has changed. Right now, we are in a very, very difficult spot. And if you're liberal, if you're conservative, our president right now, I don't know. I just don't know. And so the whole world is changing, and I just hope for the better. I don't know much. You don't hear much about Spain. I don't even, who's the president? I mean, they don't even talk about that because right now our country is so busy trying to take down the world that it's very hard, you know. So we're quiet. I don't want to go anywhere right now. I just want to stay here and see what happens in the next few years. But I hope we all turn out better for this. But the Spanish people, they will always hold a place in my heart. Your Castilian is such a beautiful language. And it's just beautiful. I mean, I'll never it's given me so much I can't even tell you. So anyhow,
Do you think there are some roots of Spain legacy in this land?
when you come here and you walk that path, you'll see.
Okay.
Not all good, because when they came, and De Soto wasn't such a good guy. He did a lot of bad things with, you know, the Indians and all that, and the poor
Yeah.
people, how many people got massacred. But it's history. But look what it's left. I mean, in Florida, they do respect that. I mean, to have a park like this for Hernán de Soto, and when you walk down that path, you'll see things. It's just learning. I mean, we can't forget our history. We can't wipe out what happened in the past.
It looks like Northern Americans like a pioneer spirit, no?
Oh,
Of the
yeah.
conquistadors, no? Or conquistadores.
Conquistadores.
Yeah, I can see
Conquistadors.
some lanes and routes with the names of
Yeah,
route of conquistador.
this is it. So,
Okay, Caroline.
Okay.
So it was my
Mucho
pleasure.
gusto.
Many thanks.
Encantado
It was
de
lovely
conocerte.
to have your testimony, and
thank you so much.
for sure, it's for me it's something great, because apart from the places, knowing the people is the best, and someone who's been there in that time of history of Spain is unbelievable.
And to find
So
you here too is
it's a treasure
unbelievable.
for me. Yeah.
All right, mucho
Okay.
gusto.
Take care.
Nice
eh?
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. That's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, lovely. Theater.
So don't press anything. I didn't press anything.
I put it. I pressed
You did it
myself.
already?
Yeah, it's in red color. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, lovely. Thanks for your.
No problem.
Appreciate your support.
Enjoy.
Thanks very much.